Hi everyone, Jen DeBell here for Jen DeBell Designs and Country Craft Creations. And today I have finished my first project for the Country Craft Creations design team. And I have made this fun album using Echo Park's Love Notes, super cute collection. I will grab over here. I have some of the 6x6 left. So on the cover, you can see all the fun papers that comes with it. Super fun collection. I do not have a lot left. I did have one of each of the single 12x12 sheets and the solids, as well as the 6x6 paper pads. So what I have done is I wanted to do something a little different to kick the year off. Instead of making my typical photo, I don't know what do you call that? Photo orientation. I wanted to do a landscape orientation. So this was a flip up book. And so on the cover here, what I did is I took my, a piece of chipboard, regular chipboard, the heavyweight, and I covered that in the aqua colored solid paper. And then I followed that with a piece of black chipboard, and then I popped one of the 4x6s. I cut it down and popped it up on a piece of black chipboard. So as you can see, we have some dimension here. Also, I did use the white seam binding from Country Craft Creations, and I dyed mine using Distress Oxides. And I will tell you that the Kitsch Flamingo and Speckled Egg oxides are perfect for this collection if you want to dye your seam binding. You just simply crinkle it up, get it wet, crinkle it up, stick it in a little container like these is what I used. Spray your oxide on there, grab a paper towel, kind of wring it out so it leaves kind of a ombre effect. You get darker spots and lighter spots. And then just either dry it with your heat tool or let it lay out on your desk and let it dry on some paper towels, which is what I did. So on the back of my album, and this is a 6x8, just so you know. On the back, I used one of the pieces of the sticker strip, the border strip, the pink paper. This is the kind of medium pink. There's 3 different pinks. And then this was a strip I had left over from the paper that looks like a border with those cute little love bugs. And I put that across the bottom. I wanted the back to be somewhat simple. And my spine as well, very simple. This is all double matted using the new 65-pound white smooth, which is great for matting. I used a lot in this book and I absolutely loved it. I've also used black Artisan, and this album was done using the lay flat method. So I'm going to untie this, and I did 2 strings, 2 of the different, so I have pink on one side and blue on the other. If you really wanted a variegated ribbon, you could switch these around. You could tie them separately. You can really do whatever you want there. So I'm going to pull this open. And our first portion here, and I go over this in my tutorial with you. This is the walkthrough, so I'm going to explain. Originally, this portion of my album, the cover and the back piece, had little bands that these were going to slip into. And when I got it all together and was decorating, I really didn't like the way that looked. So what I ended up doing is cutting those down, and I do show you in my tutorial how to do that. I cut these down and then added this 4x4 element with a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of the black Artisan sandwiched. And there's a magnet in between here and a magnet under this pocket paper. And then I just have some fun. Let me grab some elements from over here that I have left over so I can show you all the different fun pockets. So for this photo mat, and I don't do all my decorating on camera, so I'm going to try to go over the measurements here in my walkthrough with you. But this, as you can see, you could put anything in here. You could put another photo. You could put anything you want in there. And then on the back, we have that white 65-pound smooth. And my element for this one is 7 by 4 3/4. And then this piece here is just scrap that I glued just around the edges. And that just fits right inside that pocket. and you get that nice little added pop of color. The first signature here, and this is, I will tell you, I didn't put anything in it. These are all pocket pages. So this, you could actually put something inside of this. I did not choose to make an element for this, but I do have the magnet cover here. This flips open and you have this nice area for photos. I cut this from some dies that I had in my stash, some nesting dies. This is one of the stickers. And I just like that. You can stick a little photo on there. And then this flips open. Our magnets are here and here. And you could close this both ways. The only thing about closing this way, if you like this look better, I would suggest you cut this down in the tutorial just a little bit. Because if you listen, it kind of gets hung up on that top right there. So you can do it this way. But I chose to do it this way because I didn't want it to get stuck. Then when you flip up this way, we have this fun pocket system on the back side. And that is 3 different pockets. I just added some photo mats that I made. These ones are 3.5 by 4.5. They're white on the back. And then I use the solid and some of the stickers. Those slide nicely right into these pockets, which are fairly snug. And then a larger 4x6 matted on the black Artisan 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, and then the white on the back. This next page here is another fun little element. So we have our side pocket, and then I just have some of the little tags. There's a whole sheet of these tags available in the singles. I took one of the stickers, this fun little bug here, and I just covered it in paper on the top and then glued the bottom of it with the sticky. And this actually slides out of the pocket page so that you have this area for photos, this area for photos, the back even for photos, and then you can, of course, stick something like I had in there. And you can do it both ways. If you want the short side tucked into your pocket, you can do it that way as well. Just going to stick this back in here. Put my fun little tags back. And there's a sticker here as well. And then this is just our side pocket. Next, we have a side pocket the opposite direction. I don't like to bulk these pages up too much. So you could put your side pockets the same. But when you do that, it adds a lot of bulk. So I like to flip and go to this side. Again, I have another little fun insert using one of the 4x6s, and then 4 1/8 by 6 1/8 of the, actually this looks a little smaller. Let's double check this. This is actually 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. So I cut this down a little bit. And I liked how that stuck out and you saw the sending all my love there. Here we have a pocket page. I have a little bifold. My life would suck without you. I just love that one. I had to use it. Space for photos here. I left the back black. And that one is going to be 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So you will cut 6 1/4 and then score it at 3 1/8 for the bifold. And then this one is one of our 4x4s. So we have a total here. We have 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 for the black, 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 for the red, and then on this back side, the white, I used 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Now, this is also one of the cut aparts that I backed with black Artisan and put on. This section I want to show you because there's 2 different ways you can do this next page. When I did my tutorial, I had a full, it's 5x7 photo size. It's 5.5 by 7 1/4. Full fold out for photos that you could fit 5x7s in. And this was meant to tuck under the pocket and then magnetize to this page. The problem being is when I put my album together, I accidentally put this page upside down and my magnet is here. So that being said, this did not work. You can do it this way still, as long as when you do it, because now our opening is at the top here, as long as you place your magnet down here instead of up here where I did. So there's two options, and I do have a caption in my tutorial that stops you so that you know that this is the signature where I made this mistake. Again, when I put this on, my magnet should have been down here and I put it up here. So what I did is I added a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 black Artisan flap. Okay. And I put one of the 4x4 elements on there. And then I just took one of the stickers, some black chipboard, and the white 65-pound smooth, and a magnet. And basically, I just made a magnet out of it. And it holds that closed. So there's two different options for you. This I will use for something else, but I wanted to keep it out so that you could see I made a big boo-boo there. And you still can do it the way I show in my tutorial with this sliding from top to bottom, but you would need to do it with your magnet down here rather than up here, or putting your magnet up here, but that's not going to close very well. Okay. So signature 4 starts out with, this has 2 sliding mechanisms. So we have the first one. I've just added this. I popped up one of the little cut aparts on some black Artisan, glued it across the bottom to this. This slides out this way. Again, you have all this space. The back is black. I did not put any white on the back of this, but you could. And that slides in this way. And then when you flip it open, we have those fun little bugs, and you have another one that slides out exactly the same size and everything as the first one. And that just slides back in there. Super fun. The back cover mirrors the front, but it goes the opposite direction. We have our pocket on this side, our little 4x4 element here, and again, that fun photo mat, same size as the first one, with our paper scrap glued just around the outer edges, and the white 65-pound smooth on the back. Super fun project. I absolutely love this. You can use this as a Valentine's Day memory book. I mean, that's a lot of pictures. It does hold a lot. The other option too is to put white paper on the backs of these. If you wanted to make this another photo mat, you can also decorate the backs of these. I just chose not to. Artisan is very sturdy, and I did not feel the need to do that. So the other thing is on the inside, I have 3/8 inch spaces in between. So I just took 1/4 inch strips of my leftover paper, the solids, and I put that in between each one of these. And I did that before I put my pages, my signatures on the hinge. It makes it a lot easier. So that is my album. I hope that you enjoy it, and the tutorial is coming right up. Have a great day.